Hey y'all, let me go ahead and excuse me, I'm out of breath. I was just working out. Well, not really working out, but doing some planks. All right, so the topic is the gift that keeps on taking. Listen, let me tell you where this came from. Like, every now and again, most of my lives are scheduled. Now, just because of how my life is, and I don't be having too much free time, right? But when I do, and the spirit so hits me and moves me and gives me a topic to talk about that I'm extremely passionate about, I'm like, okay, God, let's go. So one of my friends, she made a post, and she was talking about women buying gifts for men that they're going on dates with. These are not relationships. Let me give you the context. It's like the first 2 dates. And she was seeing this in singles groups. Like, it's a thing, right? Like, it's a thing. Women buying men gifts for dates 1 or date 2. This grieves me. This grieves me so, right? And let me just be clear. It's not because, like, men aren't deserving of things. And I'm not saying that you can never buy a man a gift. I'll get to that. But buying men gifts on the first 2 dates. So I'm going to break this all the way down because we got to get deeper. Hey, Courtney, we have to get deeper into like the real understanding why some of these behaviors really have to stop, because this is why you all are not successful in love. Like, this is why you're not understanding some very basic principles that will allow you to attract better men, and that will make sure it'll guarantee that you get better treatment from men. So I'm going to break it all the way down, right? I wrote some notes down because I was like, wait a minute, I do not want to miss anything. So first of all, you all know that I teach about feminine currency. Feminine currency, and it's very different than masculine currency. Masculine currency is buying the gifts, doing the things, providing, right? Men provide. Women invite more provision. That's the difference, right? And feminine currency is our system of payment, but it is not monetary, right? Feminine currency is more about your appreciation, your affection, right? Your respect, your inspiration, your energy. That is your feminine currency. So buying a man gifts, that's a masculine move. It's very masculine, right? It's provision. It says, I got it. I can take care of you. And then you wonder why you get men that don't take care of you, because you start off like this. You're in their lane. Like, let them be in the provision lane. Let them do that, right? Women don't win by out providing men. Like, and this is not about like not getting your bag and not earning a lot of money. Go ahead and do that. Earn all the monies, but you don't then in turn provide for him. You're a helper, right? Let him provide and you can help where he asks. Let him figure things out. Men are thinkers. They're problem solvers. Let them do that. Your gift, instead of thinking about like something tangible, your gift is your presence, your appreciation, your energy. That's the feminine equivalent to a man paying for the bill or a man bringing you flowers. And listen, I already know, right? I can hear the women thinking, well, Deanna, I'm thoughtful. I want to show him that, I paid attention. So I listened to what he liked and I just wanted to buy him a little something so he knows that I'm listening and I pay attention. Stop making excuses, because there's a feminine equivalent to all of that. The way to do that, if you want to show him that you're paying attention and that you're thoughtful, listen to what he says about what he likes. What's his favorite color? Wear that on the date. What does he enjoy? Has he mentioned the sports team? Has he mentioned a hobby? When you're out on the date, be attentive, and where appropriate, bring up the things he's talked to you about. Like, instead of trying to match what a man is doing, you need to be focused on the feminine lane, right? If we're going along the highway together, let him cruise his lane and you cruise your lane. Let him stay in the provision lane. You are over here. Sorry about that, guys. This is like my time that I would usually be available. So let me turn that off. You stay over here in inviting the provision, right? Inviting more of the provision. So I don't know if you ladies are mixing it up and you're thinking that he'll value you more if you give a monetary gift. No, like, it doesn't increase your value in his eyes. Actually, it reduces it. Like, it stops him from seeing you as the one he needs to provide for. Like, don't do that. The more you do what he is supposed to do, the less inclined he is to do it. So stop trying to match what he's doing, right? Women wonder why they end up in these relationships where they're leading it. But I can always point them back to the beginning. The beginning. How was the date set up, right? Did you allow him to plan the date, take you where he wanted to take you, like his idea, and you just show up, be beautiful, appreciate it, be great company? Or were you like, oh, I'm not really feeling tacos, could we go here? Oh, I really like this whatever place, can we do that? Instead of, especially the first or second date, you really should be seeing what he wants to do. Like, where does he want to take you? What was he thinking is your worth level? Like, did he take you to a chain restaurant? Not saying there's anything bad with that, but is that necessarily how you're going to make a good first impression? Y'all do too much. Like, you have to learn to relax and observe. If you observe, men tell you who they are, and they tell you how interested they are in you by how much they do, how much effort they put into it, how much they provide for you. And if you're jumping all in there, buying gifts, telling them where to go, like, you might as well date yourself then. Date yourself. Like, you wonder why. So my Keptie key to success here is provision flows where it's needed. So if you're jumping all in, trying to do what he's doing, oh, he pays the bill, I pay the tip, oh, he brought a gift, I brought a gift, you're taking over the provision lane. Leave that open. Let him do it. If you start handling it, he stops feeling the need to. Right? And again, if you're one of those women that you're like, well, I just want to let him know that I like him. I just want to let him know that I was attentive and I paid attention. There's ways to do that, ladies. There's ways to do it without you being masculine, without you trying to do what he's doing. Actually, it seems very competitive. It seems very like I could do it too. You don't want that energy. You want to leave it alone. Let him impress you. Let him do the things, right? So let me give you a few ideas about what the feminine equivalent is. So if you're in the dating phase and this is like first, second date, and you really want to show that like you're a woman worthy of provision, that you paid attention to him, you're interested, you're thoughtful, like all the good things. Here's what you can do. Instead of buying him a gift, look, My fellas are telling me mine got me being traditional. She ain't doing nothing. Exactly. It is competitive. I'm trying to tell them. So here's the ideas, ladies. Instead of trying to match what the men are doing and like buying gifts, I can't believe I even have to say this, but instead of buying him a gift, again, like this is like a winner. This is going to make any man happy. Listen to what he says about styles, about colors, and that's what you wear. If he has mentioned a specific type, like, or he's mentioned a particular model or anything, colors that he likes, wear that. Wear that on the date. That shows that you're thoughtful. It shows that you listen. Right? You see, you can do this without being mannish about it. I have my male friend watching and he's agreeing with you. Thank you so much. I mean, fellas, and I always invite you, if I'm saying something wrong, let me know, because my goal is not to teach women to manipulate and get over on men. No, I'm all for the betterment of these relationships. I want better pairs to get together. I want men happier. I want women happier. I want them coming together and having stronger families. That's going to work when men can men and women can women. That's how that's going to work. So the other ideas are like, say you want to go to a concert, right? You don't go buy the tickets. You don't go buy the tickets. Instead, you tell him about your favorite artists and you mention, oh, they're going to be in town on this time. Oh, I'd love to see them with you, right? You subtly suggest. You inspire him to do the things. You don't go do it for him, right? Say he has mentioned something about a particular alcohol he likes or something like that, a particular drink that he has. You don't go buy the bottle while you're on the date. You ask him about it so that he can educate you on it. Men love to put you up on stuff. They love to teach you stuff. They love to be the one enlightening you. So do that. And that's how you'll show you're paying attention. You're attentive and you appreciate his knowledge. You want to learn from him. Mine said, till I get the house, I promise. She like, you know what's up. Exactly. I love that. Hey, Shamika. So listen, the real flex, right, is letting a man feel like a man. I'm not saying you have to make him feel like one. He should feel like one already. But let him do the manly things. They like that. They like being able to take care of you. They like knowing that they're educating you and putting you on to things. They like knowing that they're providing for you and things are all taken care of and you can just relax and have a good time. They feel successful when you do that. So I know it's well-intentioned, right? And you're like, oh, I don't want to seem like a gold digger. I don't want to seem like I'm here for money. You're not asking for none. So why are you holding on to that, right? If men are offering and they're doing things, let them do it. And you do the feminine equivalent. You appreciate it. You let them know that you enjoy it. You let them know that that was thoughtful. You let them know that you enjoy the restaurant. You let them know that you appreciate them opening your door, pulling out your chair, ordering for you, whatever it is that they're doing. You just shower them with the appreciation. Let them know that they're recognized and appreciated for what they're doing. I promise you that means so much more than buying them something. And listen, I have a tangible example for this, right? I'm married. I could buy my husband whatever, right? So let's just put that out there. When can you buy men stuff? When he's your man. That's when you can buy men stuff. When there's a commitment there and he's your man, then you can buy him things, okay? Now with my husband, right? I've purchased him many nice things. Like probably the most expensive thing I purchased him to date is his Rolex watch. But that's not even the thing that he brags about the most or like tells me was the greatest. What he tells me is the greatest is the time that I took him to the Mercedes-Benz dealership and I set up a test drive for him. There was no money involved. I didn't buy him the Benz that day. I just set up the test drive. And you know why he cared about that? Is because I listened to him with what he said about his dream car. And I arranged for him to have an experience with it. Right? So he knew I was being thoughtful, but I wasn't trying to overstep him and overgive and provide for him. I was being thoughtful, and it was a gesture to let him know. That's a good example. All we want is love and appreciation. It really makes us the happiest. I tell women this all the time. You be putting time, energy, effort into the things that men don't even care about. Like, yes, you can buy them things, and I'm sure they like that and everything, but they would appreciate much more being respected by you. They would appreciate you not being combative and argumentative. They would appreciate so much more you acknowledging what they do. They would appreciate so much more you being appreciative and showing affection when you like what they do. That's what they would like. She like, you my man, go get it. Exactly. Listen, that's the best way, right? I know sometimes it could come off as one-sided, but it's really not. Both parties are getting what they want out of it. Men want to provide. They want to feel needed. They want to feel like they're taking care of you. They're doing a good job and that you appreciate it. So women, we want that. We want to be provided for. We want you to care about us. We want you to do all of the things and make sure we're good. So it is a win-win. Men, women. That's what we should focus on, right? So I really just wanted to kind of say that. I don't know if you all have any questions or any scenarios about it. I hope I've made it very clear why it's not a good thing for women to do that. It's not a good thing for women to be trying to match men. It's not attractive to them. They don't like it. They don't like it. It's a lose-lose. And I would even go as far as to say for a woman, if you feel like you need to do that, why? Why are you trying to prove anything by means of doing manly things? Like, why? I'm not saying you can never give a man a gift. You absolutely can, but he should be your man. You should not be on dates showing up with trinkets. Listen to that. Listen to that. What do you want him to skip off holding the bag? Sometimes I'm like, how does this even make sense? How are you thinking that that's the thing you should do? Instead of, let me show up, let me be on time, let me be beautiful, let me be kind, let me be respectful, let me speak in a nice tone, let me be attentive, let me appreciate, let me acknowledge. Why is your mind not there? Why is your mind on things that men do? Go ahead, but I want, yeah. I hope it does. I hope it does. I mean it with love, right? I'm only telling you this because I know deep down somewhere they think it's good. They think, oh, I'm being thoughtful. I'm showing them, but it's having the adverse effect, right? Go back to that friend. You don't even got to ask them how many times it's worked because they single. So it don't work. But they keep doing it. I do, because she be serious. Oh, Latina. Yeah. I mean, I know that the word feminine and femininity, it really sends some women into a tizzy because of the societal messaging with it. And it's really been painted to be feminine means you're being taken advantage of, right? You're weak, all of the things. I mean, I kind of feel like that's why God has me talk about it. I'm not the typical feminine demeanor either. I'm opinionated, right? I don't have the sweet, soft, and talk like that. I don't tell y'all do that, right? I do say that you know, put a little air, a little breath in your voice. I do say that. I do say soften, you know, but listen, femininity can be what you define it to be, but there are some universal truths about it, right? And there are some universal truths about what effect femininity has on men. And all the things that women say they want, right? They want a man to take the lead. They want a man to protect them. They want a man to provide. They want a man to plan the dates and be intentional in all of these things. You get all of these things naturally from a man when you are feminine. Naturally. You don't have to tell him to do it. You don't have to train him how. Nothing. And my theory on this is, even if he wasn't that masculine, if you're not doing certain things, the masculinity kicks in. And he will start to observe. You know, if, for instance, very simple, like opening a door, right? If a man doesn't open your door, the simple way to get him to do it is not to. You ain't gonna open my door? Yeah, he'll get it that time, but it's not going to change the behavior, right? And it's not going to get him to be excited about doing it, right? Don't do it. If you just politely stand there, he's going to wonder, like, why are you standing there? And then you playfully, I was waiting for you to get my door. You weren't going to get my door? Right? You act silly about it. You weren't going to get my door? Act shocked. Like, I'm bewildered at this treatment. All of my gentlemen callers open my door. No, but seriously, that's something so small, right? But the principle remains the same. If you want a man to do something, you don't do it for him. That's not how you get it. You're correct somewhat. What am I not correct about? You get so much more by maintaining low tones. Yep, when you speak, you absolutely do. You don't elevate your voice. And that's something I have to work on because I naturally project, right? I was a rapper. I've used my voice as, a tool for many times. So I have had to work on that. Like, I pay attention to what motivates my husband, right? What he likes. She doesn't do, so I do everything. So she doesn't ask. See, but you're proving my point. You're proving my point. She don't do nothing. So whether you already did it or she already had it in her mind, that's how it works. Right? That's how it works with me and my husband. Like, I'm not the trash, right? The trash got to get taken out. I don't do it. I don't do it. I will play trash Tetris and pile that thing up the top until it gets taken out, or I'll put a bag next to it. Right? Like, it's like psychology. Y'all need to know. Being from New York, our tone is loud. I've been working on that this year. So listen, I'm from Boston too, right? Up north. We saucy, we talk fast, we got all the things. I completely get it. Completely get it. I'm definitely a fan of when you pay attention to what works, you'll be more inclined to keep doing it. Right? So I know that I'm in control of my tone and how I approach things. And I know what gets me the best results. So it's like, girl, get it together and do what gets the results. We can't keep complaining about like what men don't do. Men are like this, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, there are certain things about men that are different from women, and that's why we love them, right? We would not want to be with us, or we would be with us. But if you want to be with the man, there's different things that come with them. And I choose to see them in a light that is always beneficial. And it would behoove you women to see that as well. Like, I always say, Men are very simple, and we could learn a lot from them and could have much more simplistic lives if we adapted some of the ways that they handle things. Like, men are problem solvers, but they don't go looking, right? They don't go looking to dig up problems to solve. It's like a problem arises, they handle it. But they're not digging through like, oh, what more problem? Like, that's a woman thing. That's us. We're like, oh, how can we more beautify this? Oh, what else could I improve? That's a woman thing. Men are like, okay, you dropped this problem off, solved it. Boom. Now we got peace. Oh, this problem came, solve it. Boom. We got peace again. That's how men are. And women could benefit from that. Like, get a breather, boo. Like, let them handle the thing. And you just chill. Like, just relax. Just let them do it. We wait for them to come. Look, we wait for them to come to us to solve it right there. They're not looking for the problems, which is another thing, like, relate it back to like the gift giving and doing things, right? So men show up, they know, like gentlemen, provider men, they know they got to pay for the date, right? If they like you enough and they're kind of old school like that, they'll probably bring flowers or a gift. You come in with your little gift from him. It's almost like, what's she doing? Right? And it's not to say they won't like it. They'll tell you thank you, all of the things. Because men don't really like hurting our feelings. Like, do they? Yes. But it's not usually something they set out to do, right? They don't have an agenda to do that. So it's like, okay, they will accept the gift. They'll tell you thank you. They might like it or whatever, but it's still kind of confusing. It's like, dang, you took some of my thunder, right? Because they're coming and they're trying to impress you. They're trying to take care of you. They're trying to impress you, show you that they're interested. And here you go. You can't just receive. You can't just thank them. Nah, you got to prove that you got money too. You got to prove that you can buy a gift too. You got to prove that you can come there and have it too. For why for? For why for? Like, literally, just learn to relax. Right? And we're not over emotional about it. And that's another thing, right? Let's take that line. They're not over emotional about it. So they're going to say like, thank you. Cool. And most women want you swooning all over it. Right? They want the man to be acting like how we act when we get the gifts. But it's like, don't you, like, they're not going to react that way. I promise you they're not. You don't gift me unless I got a heads up. Look at that. Right? Come on. Men want to be gifted when it's like, when it calls for a gift. Their birthday, Christmas, Father's Day. You know, they got a promotion, like an occasion where it makes sense. Why are you coming to the date? Like, oh, it's just, it gives masculine energy. So again, I will say to my ladies, we don't buy gifts for men on dates. We don't do that. We don't do that. What you do is you listen to him. You pay attention to what he says he likes. If he mentioned he liked your hair a certain way, wear your hair that way. That's a gift. He mentioned his favorite color or a type of style of dress he likes. Wear that. That's a gift. Those are things they would appreciate. Like, oh, she wore that for me. That's what they would appreciate. I hate that I'm nonchalant, but she don't understand why. Because it's men, right? It's thirsty. It really is. It's thirsty. It's like, you know how your mom would say, act like you've been somewhere. Right? Act like you've been somewhere. Act like you've been on a nice date before. Act like men have treated you well before. Don't be going acting all overly impressed. You bringing a gift. Oh, I can't deal. So listen, let me go ahead. My kids are out of school this week. I want to go back and spend some more time with them. This was long enough. I said I was going to take a couple minutes just to talk about this, but I'm definitely passionate about starting relationships off the right way. You got to vet these men for value. You shouldn't even be going on dates with half of them, but that's a whole nother masterclass I need to do. But once you're on these dates, be a lady, right? Pay with your feminine currency. Stop trying to match what men do. You're not a man. You're a woman. Do the woman things that he can't do. That's why he wanted to take you on a date in the first place. Okay? Thank you so much. Love you all. Have a good night.